Special good morning to our listeners and viewers. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. It's Thursday, the 25th day of April 2026. And it's Thursday, as I mentioned before. And usually on this particular day of the week, we usually host various departments within the RGPF. We have the Community Relations Department with us this morning. And our chief focus of conversation this morning will be on Police Week activities coming up for 2026. We're going to dive into that a wee bit this morning. Hear about all the activities, all the special interest for the public to participate in, and much more. Of course, the interaction with the various divisions. I hope I'm right about that.
Yes,
I can't remember like us last year. So I'm rolling with it how I remember it. So, gentlemen, good morning, of course, and welcome back. Welcome back to the studios of Classic Radio.
Yeah, good morning to you, GT, and good morning to GBN family. I must say it's a pleasure for me to be here. My name is Sherwin Noel, Sergeant of Police attached to Community Relations.
Sometimes you need no introduction. Sometimes you need no introduction. You know, you folks are not familiar with you being here on the program, but of course they're happy to know who you are. So we of course have with us to the of course Copper Renner with us as usual.
Yes.
So we're talking Police Week activities 2026. And I'm assuming that there's a calendar of events that you all have already put in place. Let's get into it. Let's get into it this morning. I'm not sure who's going to kick it off.
Yes, a pleasant good morning to everyone out there. These are exciting times. It's Police Week. It actually starts this week.
This week,
yes, so we're in the process of launching the Police Week and informing the public of all the activities that are taking place. It's not new. It's something that we've been doing for years, and it involves the community engaging with the police.
Yes.
Usually, people see the police in a more strict environment, enacting laws and are making arrests and all these things, but Police Week is about a more relaxed, enjoyable set of activities. You get to mingle with the police, learn about the law, and do it in a fun, enjoyable environment, while at the same time fighting crime.
Yes.
In a very interesting way. So this year, the Police Week itself is from the 31st of May to the 6th of June.
Yes.
Right? But leading up to that week of final activities, we have a plethora of activities leading up to that week itself. And this year, we are under the team United in Service, Committed to Community.
Kind of define that theme for me a little bit this morning.
Yeah.
Define on it a little bit for me. So
right.
The reason why this theme in particular was chosen.
So I've mentioned before many times that the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Randy Connaught, one of his main focus in crime fighting strategies and so going forward is community policing, which involves the police engaging with the community and intermingling with the community, learning about the social issues, being on the ground, not just behind a desk, or when you see an offense being committed, you arrest them, and
not being that too
the hard arm of the law, the long arm of the law, kind of adage that we are accustomed hearing. It involves a more friendly approach, a softer approach, and mind you, the hard approach is there when you need it.
I mean, you can't give up on that.
Exactly.
You can't give up on that. With a way of intermingling both.
Exactly.
Both together,
But it's sort of a preliminary engagement with the community, building that relationship, and in so doing, it helps to fight crime and to solve crime and prevent crime, deter crime, right? So with that in mind, the chairman, let me mention the chairman of this year's Police Week committee is Superintendent Simon Douglas. He's attached to the executive at the police headquarters, and we came up with a team United in Service, Committed to Community. So we want to approach it united.
Yes.
Right? And when we say United in Service, we're not only talking about police officers, but police united with the community.
Yes.
We're working together. And most importantly, committed to community. And I've said in the past that there's no community without the police, and there's no police without the community.
So true.
We go hand in hand, not mutually exclusive, and we have to work together. So let me reiterate the team: United in Service, Committed to Community. And all of our activities are going to sort of surround the theme.
Unite with the unification.
United, that's it. Right. United in Service, Committed to Community. So we have all these activities leading up to the final Police Week, which I said was the 31st of May to the 6th of June. Now we have some highlighted events that person should look out for. For example, the Divisional Days activities, which is threefold. Yeah. And as I go through it, you would see the theme being reflected, right? So we have in the divisional, so we have all the different divisions. Saj will later explain the different divisions that we have. But it'll be threefold, as I said, the divisional days, and they would have a health initiative. So the health initiative, it could be physio, it might be a health walk, those type of things. You might get a doctor, you might set up a health fair, you know, but it must be health related. Secondly, a community initiative. And this one is extremely important because we target the troubled areas in the community. So, for example, if you're in St. David's and you want to go to Wester Hall, you realize that there's an increase in housebreaking and stealing in Wester Hall. You would want to target that area and have a community walkthrough or community engagement as it relates to housebreaking and stealing, how to properly secure your house and so forth. And finally, there will be a social activity.
Okay.
Yeah. So it might be football, basketball. You just go out and mingle with the community.
That will be all the various divisions in Midland.
Yes.
Is there opportunity where we have the team from within the various communities coming up against the police?
Of course, most definitely, and that is encouraged, and that's why we're here to encourage persons to come out. Yeah. So we have the Eastern, the Western, the Southern Division, and then we have the Northern District. Some people say division, but Northern District.
Northern District.
Yeah.
Okay. Exhibition you're talking about.
The exhibition, yes. So that third activity was the exhibition.
Will it be an exhibition?
Yeah. So the health initiative, a community initiative, and an exhibition. And the commissioner is big on that in relation to showing off the police force in a way that people are attracted to joining the force. Yeah. I mean, in times past, have you heard people saying, "I don't want to join the force"? Now it's
but there's always before there's option of folks wanting to be police officers for various reasons, especially youngsters. They say, "I want to be."
When we go to the schools, we see it a lot.
Yeah, you want to be a police officer.
Yeah.
I don't know what's making them shy away from it these days.
Right.
You know. All right. I mean, Sergeant, let's get into the of course the various division and some of the activities in those divisions, specifically in those that you want to spread the information a wee bit in relation to that.
Before I get into that, I would like for Corporal to give the next new activity. What is that? A new initiative.
So there's a
I mean, I don't know if you want to spell on the inclusion. No, we have an hour to play with.
Yeah. So we can
entertain some calls.
So maybe you could just give us in terms of on health part of it. Let's start with that.
So when we talk about the health initiative, we're speaking about things like the health walk, as Corporal Red said. It might be what we have like the health checks, teaming, partnering with various communities, like maybe the medical community to provide tests, free testing on certain for certain, as we say, chronic diseases and so.
Would that be specifically for
in the divisional?
In the division.
In the division.
So the officers.
So the officer in charge of the division will determine what type of health initiative they have. Okay. Would it be a health walk? Would it be a health fair? Or a dance exercise? Something geared towards improving the health
well-being
and generally. Of
course, I was specifically asking that in reference. Would it be for the police officers only, as we speak?
No.
Or is it open to the public involvement also?
I must add to what Corporal Red said before, that the Police Week, generally, it's one of the biggest events for the police generally throughout the year, and it's the major event that we use in terms of what we say community policing. He mentioned community policing, but this is a big community policing initiative where we use the opportunity to get the community involved in what we are doing.
That's focusing on one particular area.
Exactly.
The entire island is focused on this.
Too much times you find all different entities come with ideas and just push it down to the people, and the people just have to accept. But we want to involve the community. We want the community to be a part of it, and we want them to inform us. And collectively, let's determine what's best for you. So Police Week is one of the activities that we have, as is a plethora of events where every member of the community, despite of your challenge or what, you would get a chance to partake in something if you really want to partake. So you get a chance to intermingle with the police, to share ideas, to give your opinion on things. So normally some people might feel shy. They might see the officer in charge of the division walking the road and might be afraid to approach him. But you find him in a more relaxed environment where you can have a conversation.
A bit of an open concept.
Yeah.
I still want to tapping on the health part, because that has grabbed my fancy just a wee bit. When you say the various division having their health fair, so the Northern Division, they will have their health fair, which incorporates whether they could have a medical doctor popping by, dentists, whatever who they may having, and the community is involved to participate, is allowed to come in and participate.
Of course.
The Southern Division, they do the same. Is it that how it be rolled out this year?
Yeah, so it's actually, it will be of a high standard, and I know it will be of a high standard because it's in the form of competition.
Okay.
So it's been judged also. So
which
everybody
particular division offers the in terms of the
most creative, the best. If you reach more people, you tend to get you will get more participation, more points for that. If you reach more people.
Yeah. I guess in terms of what you're offering.
Exactly.
In terms of what you're offering.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the whole package. What package can you bring to make your divisional day the best in the lot?
And one thing we want to add is that the Police Week, within the RGPF, there are 4 major clubs. These clubs now, they are named after, past commissioners of police.
All right.
So we have James Club, which is green, as that was named after Commissioner James, Winston James.
Claxon, yes.
Then we have, Claxon.
Yes.
That's the best club. That's my club.
Claxon is red, and it was named after Mr. Claxon, Mr. James Claxon.
Okay.
And we have Bido, which is yellow,
yes,
and was named after Mr. Fitzroy Bido. And we have Ogilvy, blue,
yes,
named after Mr. Nestor Ogilvy.
Yes.
And it's within the force you find the competition creates that kind of atmosphere that makes the police officers want to participate in
and
something.
And it's friendly rivalry too.
To give the club a point at least. And then it is extended in the community, because take for instance when you have like the football tournament or the basketball tournament, you have permission for at least 2 civilian persons to be a part of your team for certain sporting activities and stuff. So it's real interaction with the community and so. And then when you have the windball fiesta, the cricket fiesta and stuff, where you would get, members of the community might be playing against the police. And so it's a big deal for community policing. But we'll get into the specific events as we go on.
It's a lot of fun.
I want to ask this also. I mean, over the years, there have been various, Police Week activity over the years. How long has that started, per se? Has it started the Police Week activity?
From my knowledge, from time immemorial, since I joined the force, I'm known to be an avid participator in Police Week, because I look forward to it every year. Because it's so much joy, so much fun. You get to mingle with the public, and they have so much fun, especially on Sports Day. It's a spectacle.
Have the Police Week activities have it been raising the morale of officers over the years in terms of the various activity, the competition part of it, per se? Has it been raising the morale of the various officers within the various divisions?
For me, I would say yes. For me specifically, because I have been participating in things like the debate competition. With debate you have to be tactical, you have to be able to research, and it spills over into the way I am today. I guess that's why I'm here where I am now, talking to you.
Right.
Because it really helps. It builds you. And I'm an avid supporter of the debate. I'm actually the debate coordinator for this year's debate, and I think it's one of the most important events because it showcases officers' intellectual abilities. Sometimes you see the officers on the street and you see, and there's this old adage, not adage, but this old saying that police, cannot do.
All they know to do is arrest people, right?
Yeah. So when you come in a debate setting and you see a police officer, strategically laying out points to win.
It gives you a different impression.
Trust me, it does.
All right. We do for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we continue the conversation. Stay with us, folk. Much more to come. It's To The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. We coming right back.
Fire Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter. Happening Saturday, May the 30th. Register now. Call or WhatsApp 407-8458. But hurry, registration close April the 30th. Don't wait. Bring your fire, bring your flavor, and bring your A-game. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026, where champions are made on the grill.
When the day's done, there's only one place to be. Jump it up. April 25th and 26th, the Kirani James Athletic Stadium comes alive. It's the Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Games, the final showdown. Come witness all clubs battle for glory one last time. Gather your posse, take your stand, and jump up for Bankers Association, Hubbards, DigiCell, Huggins, Grenlec, Nawasa, Prisons, Police, Busmen, and Flow. This is rivalry. This is passion. This is Grenada on fire. April 25th and 26th. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Don't miss it.
Life doesn't stand still. It moves. It grows. It asks you to believe in what's next. Your first car. Owning your home. The business you build. The future you choose to invest in. Life moves in steps. When you're ready to take the next one, we're here to help you move forward with banking solutions designed for life. From vehicle financing and mortgages to education savings, credit solutions, and support for your growing business. Republic Bank, ready for life, every step.
Right Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate pre-Mother's Day show. It's coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
She said not even my shoes. I said no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
Going back to basics.
And the Calypso princess herself, Kareen Ashen from the Spice Isle. 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds, plus local comedy king, Robert White, Dillian Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis. Delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar. All backed by the Heatwave Band, with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jelani Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it.
Welcome back once again to our listeners. Welcome back to our viewers this morning. It's To The Point, Classic Radio GBN TV. In my opening, I didn't mention to those of you listening via social media platforms, we're talking about the Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning and welcome. Officers, welcome back once again.
Thank you.
And our conversation, of course, in the first segment, we're talking police week activities. We just laid out, we spoke about the theme for a wee bit. And of course, we talk about some of the divisional activities coming up. But we need the dates and schedule for the events that are coming up. Let's speak in relation to that.
Yeah, so we're kicking it off with my event, the debates.
The debates.
Debate prelims. And it will be on the 5th of May at the Chantemel RSC School.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I said,
and that's just the preliminary stages.
That's the preliminary stages.
Right.
Yeah. It's a knockout, and it's, as I said, it's a chance to come and witness the intellectual prowess of the officers.
And that's where all the divisions participate in that in the debate, in the prelim. And that's where all the
so the four clubs will be going up against.
Clubs.
Yeah,
That's
they
where
already
clubs participate.
Yeah.
All right.
So they all officers are placed in a club as soon as they pass out from the training school.
Okay.
So they know that I'm in red, I'm in blue, I'm in green, I'm in yellow. So
what's the actual topic of the debate this year?
It's specific to the team. Yes, but I'll have to get back to you on that one.
All right.
But we'll definitely be posting all the information online on our Facebook page where we get most of our traffic.
Sometimes I just ask, because sometimes folks may like to follow. Follow what the theme and see how you folks are going along with.
Right. Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. We'll have a little entertainment, and you get an opportunity to learn and even participate in the topic.
Right.
I actually have the topic here, so I'll tell you before I leave.
All right.
Yeah. So that's on the 5th of May at Shantimel RSC School. We're encouraging everybody to come out. It's going to be a good time. We have hardball, cricket prelims. So almost all the events, we have the prelims and semis, and then the final week. That's when all the finals are taking place.
Okay.
Yeah. So that hardball cricket is on the 6th of May at the Tantine playing field. Then we have one of our biggest events, the cruise. Yeah, it's on the 8th of May. That's a Friday, and it will be on the Rum Runner, and it's going to be epic. And that's the name of the cruise, Epic Night Cruise. So you guys can get your tickets.
One of the safest cruise too, right?
The safest. I would say the safest.
The safest cruise.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so you can get your tickets at any police station. You can just request it to get it from the Community Relations Department. The officers can reach out to us, and we'll get the tickets to you. Show up, let's sell out the boat and have a good time.
All right.
All the police officers will be there, will be having a good time. Yeah. The school club activity, which will be on the 12th of May. This is a new initiative that we introducing, where we would have students from primary and secondary schools, and they would have a writing competition on trending societal issues such as gun violence and so gender-based violence.
Okay.
Right? There would also be a slogan competition between the students, and the winner of that slogan, we would display it on a board in their community.
Okay.
On a big board.
Okay.
So it's not just about we come and we do the activity and we leave. We come and we do the activity, we get something from it, and we use that to go forward. It's sustainable.
All right.
Yeah. So this activity, I'm looking forward to this one to see the creativity of the students. So you see, we get all ages involved: the students, the schools, the community itself. It's going to be exciting. Then we have netball and basketball competition on the 14th of May at the Grand Dance Hard Court. The officers will be playing against each other. We have our road race on the 17th of May, and persons are encouraged to come out and run also. Yeah, the route is from Point Celine. We're going through Woodlands and onto the Central Police Station. Very short, easy route to run, so persons can come out. If you can't run, you can walk.
Should see Sergeant Paul participating in that, right? Just keeping quiet.
He would be excited to participate in that. Doing well, yeah. So that's on the 17th of May, our road race. And then we have our first divisional day on the 19th of May. That's Eastern.
Okay.
Eastern Division will be the 19th of May. So they would be putting their creativity at work there. Our second divisional day, the 21st of May. That's the Central. So we have Central North and Central South. So Central North on the 21st of May. Food Fest and Talent Show will be a big one. Food Fest is on the 22nd of May and at Pearls. And that's where all the officers come. We have cooking. They cook and they are judged compared to each other.
Okay.
We have officers. We have artists or local artists in house.
And I'm assuming they are. Is it open in terms of any specific dish, or one that they are just come up with a particular dish within their club?
Right. So we usually do oil long. I've heard there's a scarcity of breadfruits. I don't know how true that is, but it should be oil long.
Okay.
And then who has the best? Like Claxton has been known to win that many times.
I don't think so. Yeah, but GT, the Food Fest is another big event. Another big event where you'll find the RGPF and the sponsors come out. A number of other persons would come out, at Paul's. Drinks on sale, barbecue, entertainment from, some of the police officers who are artists and so. The police band would be around, and it's a nice time to come out with your family, eat some oil down, relax with the police, and get some good vibes and fill your belly.
All right. I'm certainly hope that the listening and viewing audience will certainly come out enough for the
And I
support.
must boast about it. If you, you're a GBN staff, and you know that the all-long GBN all-long
First
champion, she's a police officer, and
I know that.
and a two-time champion, because she was joint with us on the last occasion, but previously she was the champion. And then I have to mention people like Mike Modest.
Yes.
Inspector Modest now, or Sergeant Inspector Mike Modest.
Yes.
Yeah. He's known throughout Grenada for the tasty all long and stuff. So come out and support. See the clubs go up against each other. It's a competition as well, and on that day we have persons coming and tasting the all long and seeing which club cook the better all long.
Yeah, and not even taste you, the presentation also.
All right,
and some people can be very creative.
It's the overall way of how it's presented. All right. Sure. All right. So let's hear more. More.
So before we continue, let me just give you the debate topics.
Yes.
Yeah. So as I said, the prelims are on the 5th of May, Shantimel RC School, and I remember I told you the topics are centered around the theme.
Yes.
So what's the theme, Sarge? United in Service, Committed to Community.
Yes.
Right.
United in Service, Committed to Community.
The community, yes. So our first topic is, be it resolved that community programs and education are more effective than legislation in ending violence.
Interesting topic there.
And the second topic is, be it resolved that community policing has become a slogan rather than a strategy in Grenada. So is it effective, or are we just using it all over the place on social media by GT?
All right.
So very interesting.
I mean, debating that should really be interesting.
Trust me.
Especially the pros and cons of it.
Yes, the examples.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
moving on, we have the Fiesta. And Fiesta party, and that's at the Malmont. And if you realize, GT, we're strategic in how we place the events. It's all over Grenada.
Yes. And so it's not just centralized to one particular.
Right.
Of course, it goes to the various divisions and the clubs.
Yeah.
But it's moving around.
Exactly.
So
when we go down to the Fiesta in Malmont, we want the community there to come and engage with us. Have a good time. We'd have softball, cricket, playing dominoes, all different board games. We'd have a little entertainment also from the band, local artists also. And we have, most importantly, we include our retirees. But this event is kind of centered for them to come and let's talk about memories
and bring back the old times, how they used to when they were in post.
Exactly. And they did. Last year was really good. They came out, and man, it was a beautiful experience. It was as if they hadn't left at all.
Right.
Yeah. So that's on the 25th of May at Malmont playing field, and we encourage everyone to come up. The third divisional day, the 26th of May at that's Central South. Right. The field events. So we have field events leading up to sports, where officers would throw javelin, everything intercall exciting,
Wait until you come out to the police sports.
Come and see some.
It's always been one of those events that you saw the public engagement is a whole lot, especially police sports.
Yes.
Over the years, it'll always stand out a whole lot.
Right. So that's the 27th of May at the National Stadium. Then you have of Divisional Day number 4. That's a Western Division now, Guav, and that's the 28th of May. So Guav, Union, Ganroy? Yes. So they'll all be coming together, and it helps with the resources, to centralize the resources, so it's going to be a big deal. This other event is another huge one. To me, it's one of the biggest. We have a Police King and Queen show.
All right.
Yes. And that's the 29th of May, tentatively at the Grenada Trade Center.
All right.
Yes. So we have 4 kings, 4 queens going head to head. They're representing different clubs and different departments. There'll be drills, there'll be singing, there'll be dancing. It's going to be a lot of fun. In these type of events, you get a lot of noise. It's a lot because people are overexcited.
All right.
To see.
There used to be a police calypso competition one time. That does not do have that anymore.
They used to. You're correct. They used to.
Well, to be quite honest, it was on the agenda for this year, but due to the time, the artists expressed that there wasn't given sufficient time to
in terms of composing and so forth.
So,
all right.
We might just have a song competition instead of the calypso show.
Okay, understand.
I think they were thinking more soca, just
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe easier to compose and in a short space of time. Yeah. So coming down to that final week or the police week itself, on the 31st, we're starting everything put God first, they say, So we have the church service, and that's the 31st of May, and it will take place in St. Patrick, 31st of May.
All right.
Coming down, then we have the hardball cricket finals on the 1st of June. Coming down that week. Football competition finals, 2nd of June, Tantine Playing Field. The wreath laying ceremony, the 3rd of June at the Botanical Gardens. Yeah. Then we have the debate finals, the big finals, the 3rd of June, and we go into the Willis community now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can see the strategic placement of the events.
Yes.
Willis community, I'm encouraging everyone to come out that day and support and learn. Then we have arguably the biggest event, the sports meet,
right.
athletic sports meet on the 4th of June, and we're moving to the Cuthbert Peters Park.
Okay.
In Guavtown City, according to Mr. Killer.
All right.
Yes, and that would be exciting. A lot of music. It's normally a very humorous day because you see a lot of officers falling on their faces.
All right.
There's a very interesting event that I like to take part in. It's called the Brenty Obstacle Course. Mm-hmm. Where you climb through some tires, under some tents, over some hurdles, and then there's this big greasy board. You have to run and slide up, and now the officers just falling off.
Yeah, I have noticed the event. I have noticed the event. I've of course noticed it being folks partaking in that already, and it's always interesting. It's very humorous, as very humorous to watch, to look at.
Right, and we have our match pass opening that day, so the officers will be showing off their creativity in presentation. And all these things. Moving on from the athletics meet, on the 5th of June, we have the investiture ceremony, and that's where the officers get their badges.
Okay.
For good conduct badges, years of service.
All right.
As you said earlier, boost up the morale of our police officers. Yeah. And moving on to the 6th of June at the Trade Center, we have our night of the ranks, where all the different ranks come together and just have a good time. It's normally to culminate police week, to end, and everybody comes together, take a little drink, shake a little leg, and socialize.
All right.
They get to bring a +1, +2. Nobody will watch. Yeah. It's normally very exciting.
All right. All right.
Then moving on to the commissioner's cocktail, which is really for the commissioner. Mm-hmm. And his auspices, he has the authority there to invite who he wants, and so it is really for the commissioner.
Right.
Yeah. And then we'll be moving up to the north. We're going up to Carriacou.
Yes. I was thinking I wasn't hearing much about Carriacou, so I was wondering if Carriacou's been left out for some reason.
We can't leave out Carriacou. So we'll be going up there on the 20th of June, and we're going to have a good time with the folks in Carriacou. We'll go around throughout the communities. The band will be there. We'll be playing music, having a good time, playing games. And it's all about just fun, intermingling, and getting to know your officers getting to know the public. And it's going to be beautiful, I think.
All right.
Yeah, GT, so I don't want to forget this part. So the Police Week committee, we have T-shirts on sale.
Okay.
The polo T-shirts, different colors. You find sometimes, the color of the club and additional colors, some unique colors. Just check it out. You can. And that
is available for the public purchase, for the public to purchase.
The public, we looking at for the public to partake in this as much as well. Yeah. You could buy T-shirts for your for your entire family. Yeah, right. The polo T-shirts is $60, and the round neck, as we say, is just $50. So it's affordable. It's good quality, and
I was saying, Sarge, I'm feeling very generous. I don't know if GT want to open a little competition to the public. We're willing to give away a T-shirt.
Yeah, well, of course, we opened the lines this morning, and of course, we spoke about a lot of things already for the morning. And if someone is listening, they have opportunity to win themselves a T-shirt this morning. We shouldn't do that. Right. But a question I want to ask, and you spoke about a lot of this in relation to the theme and everything. How important is the community involvement in Police Week activity? How important is that for the organizers themselves as a police officer? How important is that?
So, GT, let me be honest. Just imagine, and I'm giving you this picture just for you to get where I'm coming from. Just imagine you're having a debate competition in Willis.
Yes.
And only the debaters,
on the stage,
and no audience. Yeah. So it's very important, and it's a way of sharing information. Now, if you listen to the topics, it is really meaningful. It's really something that we're encouraging the public to come out and get to know about community policing, get to know when we say community policing, what we're speaking about, what it means, and how can it benefit you and the community. So come out. We want you to partake actively. Come out and cheer and cheer if you want. We want you to be involved with the sports. Just imagine you go to Progress Park and only police officers. How you do feel? I mean,
I know. It gives you it raises your that feeling. You want the sportsmanship, of course, gets a way of
and that's why in the division now. In the division, we have the divisional days. So, and it's not only as Corporal Red had mentioned, it's not only just having an activity, just because you want to have an activity. We're looking here at targeting, troubled areas. We're looking here, so and then you're not just going to have an activity in a troubled area because you want to have it. So it's not big. Housebreaking might be happening here, and yes, you want to go and do a dance exercise. No, you create activities, get towards improving or towards curbing what is happening in the area. So you would plan strategically, and you would make informed decisions as to where you go, and how you would get that done is by mingling with the community, listening to what they have to say, and then implementing things that can assist. So Police Week is really geared towards improving the quality of service that the police provide to the citizens, and likewise, the citizens improving on their response to the police. So we have this, reciprocated kind of, attitude towards one another, and we have a smoother flow, a smoother transition in how things happen between the police and the community. I could go on to speak about recent incidents and so, but I would leave that for a little later. So Police Week is a big thing. The community is very important to us, as we say, committed, united in service, committed to community. We are united in service, not because we're speaking about service, we are not only speaking about the police officers, but we're speaking about the community as well. So let's unite to serve. To serve each other, because I'm not saying to serve you, because we are part of the community.
Yes.
So let's unite in service. When something happens, you see something, say something. It mightn't mean that you're coming out in the public and say it. You feel free to go into the station or so, speak to somebody that you trust, somebody you think you can confide in. I believe we have a lot of confidential police officers around, a lot, who are very talented, with a lot of experience that can deal, with situations in the manner that the law said that it should be dealt with. So I'm saying here that take the opportunity to be a part of Police Week. Wear a Police Week T-shirt. We ain't telling you to impersonate a police officer, but wear the Police Week T-shirt. Support the police as we support you. We understand, yes, there might be, indifferences between, you and maybe one or two police officers, but remember, objective of the police hierarchy, the commissioner of police, he's not pleased when something bad happens on the street involving a police officer. He's never pleased, but still you would hear from the public that them police and them the good, the commissioner and them the commissioner slack, because the commissioner there and this thing and them happening. No, when an incident happen, we all feel sad. An incident involving a police officer of some sort of misconduct or something, it hurts, when you're a police officer and you see something happen. And I'm not going to say that we're going to condemn the police, but we are all here to help each other. If you're my friend, GT, and I'm doing something bad, then you should tell me.
I should be able to pull you up.
You should be able to talk
not
to me.
Not because you're a police officer. I should say, Corporal Red, I don't think I like what you did, You understand? I mean, you don't say it in a derogatory way that offends, but you could say it in a way that you understand, hey, that was not proper what you done. I mean, police officers are human beings too,
Yeah, exactly.
And they are regular citizens too, to a point, even though you're part of the law and stuff.
Yeah.
You are regular citizens also. Because outside of your uniform, you even though you're still a police officer, you could be seen as a regular citizen. So sometimes mistakes are made. But we drew for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we get more into the conversation. Stay with us, folks. We have 20 minutes moving up before the top of the hour. We'll be right back. Don't touch your dial. Stay with us.
area. The fire's about to be lit. Get ready for the ultimate grilling showdown. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026 is coming your way. Saturday, May the 30th at the Monroe Plain Field. The search is on for the island's top grill masters. Do you have what it takes? Bring your flavor and compete in the chicken category, the seafood category, and the bold, most creative grill category, where daring ideas take the crown. And this year, the heat isn't just for adults. Introducing the Junior Grillers category. Schools and youth groups. If you are under 18, this is your time to shine. So fire up those coals, sharpen those grilling skills, and get ready to battle for grilling glory. Registration is now open. Call or WhatsApp 405-8458 to secure your spot. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026, Saturday, May the 30th, Monroe Plain Field. Come for food, stay for the vibes, and witness who will be crowned King of the Grill. Brought to you by Maggie, enhancing the natural flavor of your food.
When the day's done, there's only one place to be. Jump it up. April 25th and 26th, the Kirani James Athletic Stadium comes alive. It's the Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Games, the final showdown. Come witness all clubs battle for glory one last time. Gather your posse, take your stand, and jump up for Bankers Association, Hubbards, Digicel, Huggins, Grenlec, Nawasa, Prisons, Police, Busmen, and Flow. This is rivalry. This is passion. This is Grenada on fire. April 25th and 26th. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Don't miss it.
Right Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate pre-Mother's Day show. It's coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
She said, not even my shoes. I said, no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
Going back to basics.
And the Calypso Princess herself, Kareen Ashton. From the Spice Isles, 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds, plus local comedy king, Robert White, Dillian Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis. Delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar. All backed by the Heatwave Band, with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jalali Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it.
Before the digital age, before the world moved at the speed of a click, there was a signal connecting a nation. In 1986, a journey in broadcasting began in Grenada, a journey that would grow into a trusted voice across the country. For 40 years, through radio and television, we've been there for the stories that shaped our nation, the news that mattered, the voices that informed us, the moments that brought us together. Your stories, your voices, your moments. The Grenada Broadcasting Network, 40 years strong, one nation, one network.
Welcome back once again to our listeners. Welcome back to our viewers. We didn't mention, we'll give the opportunity to our listener, our viewer there who have probably asked them something simple. They win themselves that t-shirt. We'll give away our t-shirt once. So with the lines is open, folks, you could jump in. But before we continue, I want to ask this question to you officers. What do you think would be one of the major highlights of Police Week 2020? What do you think would be one of the major highlights of this year's activity?
For me, I mean,
with all that we have spoken about for the morning, there's lots.
Yeah.
In your opinions, what do you think is what will be one of the major highlights of this year's Police Week?
There definitely will be more than one. I look forward to that competition with the students in terms of writing on the issues such as gun violence, gender-based violence, because those are things that are happening as we speak. We have the debate. The debates for me is always a big. He always laughs because I love debates. So
right.
For me, that's one of the biggest because of the educational content that comes out of it.
Okay.
And the way officers are portrayed. I'm big on officers being portrayed as competent. And I love competence. So that's why I love the debate. The athletics meet, of course, would undoubtedly be the biggest event, and opportunities for persons to come and see officers on display, to show their sporting prowess and be able to intermingle with them, compete with them, even. And I would so far.
So you say none will major outshine each other. All will complement each other.
For me, GT, I think that that the epic night cruise would be one of the biggest events together with the food fest.
Okay.
So the food fest and the night cruise, that would be for me two of the biggest events besides the athletics meet.
All right. Well, we certainly hope that folks come out and give all the activities that are put out, give them the support, and make Police Week 2026 a success.
Yes.
We certainly hope for that. We're going to have a slight deviation from the conversation, plus I see the phones are going with the opportunities to our listeners and viewers that I want to ask this, being you folks are part of the Community Relations Department. Now, in light of the recent shooting incidents, what is the police official response so far? I'm not sure we could answer that for me.
I would say it's definitely a serious incident. Obviously, there was some breach that took place at that barber shop, but of course it occurred in the spur of the moment.
Yes.
Without any knowledge, no one had knowledge of it. It was planned and executed, probably premeditated, and of course it will be under investigation, and it will be a heavy focus going forward for the police officers of the Criminal Investigations Department. To ensure that the person involved is caught and brought to justice.
All right.
GT, may I just add, being a member of the community police, the Community Relations Department, we have been, involved in a number of business visits in the town of St. George.
Yes.
I know for a fact that there is a business community group that is active in terms of, quick response to the police, have the police number on the speed dial and so on. So during our business visits to the businesses, not only in the town of St. George, but generally to visit businesses, we always inform them of things to look out for. We always give them clues as to, what number to dial to get quick response. What is CID number? Sometimes they be being added to a group chat where information is shared. So take, for instance, a robbery occur at, let's say, any store in town. They can send a WhatsApp message and inform, or let's say, for instance, counterfeit in circulation. That store receive a counterfeit 100 US. They can put it on the group chat. CID would be informed. So, for instance, like with that shooting, I know that it wouldn't have even have to resort to a telephone call, because people in the area would have been alarmed maybe by the noise. The short noise may have been made, and so the police would have responded really in a quick time. And one thing I've recognized in recent times, I must encourage police officers to be prepared when you're going out on duty. All the other apparels and all these accessories that you have, that you've been issued for your police duty, do not leave it behind. Walk with your handcuff, your baton. You're going out on duty. You never know what would take place. You're a police officer. You're expected to respond, and you should be equipped to respond to a situation. I remember a time, I used to be at SSU a long time ago as a young officer, and in a show, people started pelting stones, and we were ducking to get out of the situation. People say the SSU and them ducking. So the
police is running too.
Yeah, but there are situations as police officers, I'm saying you have to assess, know when to move in, when to move out. You have to know when to call for assistance sometimes, and when you should stand back, or if you should approach immediately. So you do your own assessment, but at the same time, be prepared to respond to any situation at any given time, especially once you're out on duty. So I just want to throw that out again.
But in light of the recent situation, do you believe that the situation reflects any gap in public safety or police operations per se?
I wouldn't say the police operations are, I wouldn't blame it. But what I would say, though, is that sometimes unforeseen things occur, and we respond with what we have available at the time. based on the level of threat that we're faced with in our country, we respond to suit, all right? We don't want to go out there creating unnecessary alarm for members of the public or for even visitors. You know, in some countries you go out and you see officers walking the road with heavy artillery, and it sends a message. It sends a message. I'm not saying that we don't have a threat. There is a threat, but the level of threat that we're faced with, it doesn't, amount to us coming out on the streets with heavy artillery to face anything.
I mean, it's understandable in a Grenadian society. It may not be necessary. You understand? It may not be as understandable for that sake. But was there any, should I say, risk to the public engagement during this particular incident?
Of course. We saw in the video, we saw a child.
I mean, how does we address in the future? Because we know situations like that, when others folks see how it may have occurred, someone may have the impression, maybe I could do that again. How will the police think about addressing situations like that in the future?
Well, we have to be proactive. We have to act upon information. I don't expect us to just go about and say something happened, so let's put more patrols out. I expect us to act with intelligence. Look at what is happening, make careful assessment. And we were speaking about Police Week, and we speak about community involvement. If members of the community have information, then they should really pass it on to the police. I'm saying here that, don't wait until your family member end up in custody to report that they have a gun. Listen, your brother might have a gun in his possession. You know it's unlawful. You know it's not a licensed firearm, or whether it's a licensed firearm that he stole. But report it to the police. Encourage him to listen, turn in that firearm. Stand up for what is right. Yes? Else, that person might end up in more danger. That person would end up in the public where they commit a crime, and they would be arrested and taken into custody for a longer period of time than if they was just to be charged for possession of a firearm.
And we want to remind persons, we don't want persons to get in a state of disarray, sometimes because of isolated incidents. Of course, things do happen, but let's be reminded also that the police are working. In recent times, you have seen that we have confiscated a large amount of firearms and ammunition. So it means that the commissioner and team are engaged, they are focused and strategic. And as Sergeant Noel rightfully says, it's based on, we don't want to just be out in a frolic all over the place. It's intelligence-based policing that's what we're focusing on now, which is very, very effective and has proven and has been shown to be effective.
All right. But my next question speaks along the same line you just spoke about. Can you generally, speak on the rise in gun violence and how it's being tackled by law enforcement as it stands right now?
Right. So we have seen, even over the years coming down, we've seen a rise maybe 2 years ago. And we had gun amnesty coming down. We've had a lot of programs. We've had a lot of ads, and so educating the public, and it starts with education in order for persons to know that there is a rise out there. And we have responded appropriately, I would say, in terms of the intelligence, how we use that intelligence, how we responded. You could have seen that we've confiscated, as I said before, a large amount of firearms and ammunition. So we are working. And it's happening. The police are not omniscient or omnipotent, not all-knowing. And as Sergeant Noel rightfully says, it comes down to even police and the police and the community working together. And the police can't do it alone. And of course, earlier, let me just refer to earlier in terms of response. There are different types of response. You normally hear that you won't go to a gunfight with a stick.
Yeah.
So even after that incident happened, I could bet my bottom dollar that police officers were deployed, of course with firearms, on the ground looking for that individual, and it's still being done.
Well, all of what have you mentioned, we still see is not leading to a high level of deterrence. We still see incidents occurring. Do you think what have been put forward in terms of how you plan on tackling it, do you think that is effective enough?
GT, again, as we can speak to all aspects of the law, but what we can speak to is what the police, is charged with.
Yeah.
So we are charged with, apprehending offenders and taking them to justice. But I believe the deterrent factor here would be in terms of sentencing, and that's something that I cannot speak to, because if somebody have the desire to do a crime, to commit a crime, they involved in violence or maybe in illegal activity, and they have a gun and they want to use it, I believe if the law don't intervene, then it's almost impossible to stop them unless we have that intelligence or we detect by some other means, maybe suspicion or some other means. And what I'm saying is that we can charge, but we charge them for that and they go to court, and somebody would stand up and make a appeal before a magistrate or a judge for bail to be granted, or for the client to be, given a lesser charge, or maybe a reduced, fine or sentence, then we would see that persons would say that's just a slap on the wrist and they would want to continue. So I believe that it is in place, yes. Measures were put in place for steeper penalties. There was even, the talk about no bail for persons with committing firearm offenses. But I understand that, people, they are human beings, and they're entitled to bail based on certain conditions and stuff. And but what I'm saying is that we need to deter. We need to create, make ourselves hard targets in terms of what we allow, and sometimes we make ourselves easy targets by what we accept. Because even sitting on the block, people would know that their friend have a firearm, but they wouldn't know that same firearm might be turned and used against them. So I'm saying let us all together collectively say no to violence. Let us do all in our power to bring to the attention of the authorities those persons who have in their possession illegal firearms, and let us get rid of this problem once and for all. Again, if we are to speak about threats and what persons can do, I would encourage persons to install cameras, install cameras, so at least, like what happened, persons can be identified easily, to put lights in your place. We're in the dark areas, ensure it's properly lit, and have safety measures. There are those that can remain closed, and persons would have to enter a code to come in, and not just open a door and come in. So you can have your alarm system, your bells, and so your alarm
some form
system.
of notification that someone is there. So
yes, so make yourself and your property a hard target, so that crime cannot be easily committed against you. So do things that would help to keep you safe and keep your family safe. And even when you're out in your business, do things that can help us as police officers to apprehend criminals even after they would have committed offenses.
All right. I mean, I just had to ask you those questions just for a level of clarification, because sometimes we don't hear much after these incidents occur. So I just had to ask you those questions. We still have a few more minutes left on the program. As mentioned, we give the opportunity to our listeners and viewers. That opportunity to win that T-shirt also comes around for you. Let's take our first caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. This question is for the officer. Tom Jones report Harry Jack as doing something wrong in the community. The police right to say that Harry, Jack Spratt is the person that came and report you. And as a result, the person reported would try to take revenge in whatever form against the person who informed the police. Is the police right to make mention as to how he or they receive information about a culprit in the community? Let me hear you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
GT, this question is kind of twofold, because it depends. If the offense is perpetrated against Tom Jones, who reports the matter to the police, then the police have to mention Tom Jones, because I cannot accuse you of committing an offense against somebody, or say you slap a man down the road. Who's the man you slap? Yeah? It depends on the offense. But if you're providing information, then it's different.
Yes.
Providing information and making a report against somebody is different. Because if you make a report against a man for committing or perpetrating an offense against you, he has to be told. That's his rights. He has to be told, of the offense he committed and who he committed the offense against. Unlike you're providing some information that can lead towards us solving a crime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I hope you understand.
I understand totally. I mean, if you're the one that is sharing information in relation to an incident that you have noticed, well, it's different than you making a report against someone else. It's only obvious, I have to say, if I'm reporting about, Sergeant Noel, I have to say, well, Sergeant Noel did X, Y to me. So it's only obviously you could tell them what GT said about you.
Exactly.
You understand, but I understand where you're coming from. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GT, and morning to your esteemed guest.
Good morning.
I was a little away from the radio, and I heard, I think I heard one of the officers says that it was something related to someone, you might know someone with a firearm, and don't do anything about it to report it and so on. That same firearm could be used against you. In fact, I've been thinking about that a lot over the last 2 weeks, because as more incidents reported on gun-related issues here, it's dawned on me that quite a few people, maybe let me say quite a few of us, not that I know, but quite a few of us, to speak in the general terms, in the collective terms, quite a few of us know who has arms. But they are our friends, they are our brothers, they are, our cousins, and we need to really ask ourselves what kind of society we want, whether we want a society that where the incident happened, I think on Monday, I don't want to go into that, will become a norm. And so that we have to take responsibility in ensuring the security of all of us. And finally, I'm glad that the police continue talking about community stuff, because I've been preaching for a long time, and you know this, JT. I've been talking about community-led development. Unfortunately, the state and others promote private sector develop growth, and that, and we have to go to community so that people would know each other. We don't know each other. When I grew up, like, you know everybody in your village, and you just seen a face, and sometimes you see an angry face. So I just want to say that we need to work together. And also, the officer talk about the retired policemen. But there are also retired people who could help. I certainly want those. I'm training community development. I'm not seeking a job at the moment. I'm just saying, some of us are dying, and we're going with what we have in us. Thanks.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. We do have another caller. Caller via WhatsApp. You're live. Welcome.
Good morning, Jay, and good morning to your officers on board.
Good morning. Good
morning. Seems like we have a gun problem, and sometimes we try to push it under the rug.
I think we may have lost the caller there. Caller there? I think we may have lost the caller there for some reason. I'm not sure, maybe connection-wise. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, and good morning to your two guests. Good to Sergeant Noel. What's the gentleman's name? Sergeant and Corporal?
Sergeant Noel Corporal Reddit.
Yeah, I would like to compliment these two young men. Whenever you see them in town, or anyway, they always have a smile on their face. They're always greeting people. I'm saying that to say, as police officers, not because you're a police officer most of the time, you have to be serious looking. You have to greet people sometimes, smile. And this is what takes you far away, For instance, I went to the CID the other day to make a report, and there was some young men there. And I understand, they think they are police, so they have to go there. Good night. No smile, no greet. Customer service is very important. And not because you think you're a police officer, you have to be that serious and greet people like who is a bully or a master or power. You have to be smart in what you're doing. I just want to talk about that, customer service. And last thing, one of the gentlemen, they mentioned about safety and equipment for the police. When the police going out there, they should be very equipped. For instance, the traffic police, they should be wearing the vest, the reflective vest, whether day or night. One's in traffic, one's in the road calling vehicle, whether by Food Fair in Granans, Wall Street, or in that place, Sugar Mill. They should wear the vest, whether day or night. so people can see them. Most of them at night, they calling you and you cannot see them. And when you're up on them, they tell you didn't see a calling you, but you can't even see their hand and you can't see them in the road. So safety is very important. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. We will take one more call and then we get some closing remarks from you. Caller, you from via WhatsApp. Good morning. Welcome back.
Yeah, good day, sir. Good day. I got cut off earlier.
Yeah,
you know, we have a gun problem whether we want to look at it or not. Because, you see, in communities in Grenada, there's a lot of gun. Young boys have gun and maybe they don't know how to use it or they don't have a purpose for it as yet. But sooner or later, they might come up with an idea what to do with it. And I believe that we need to come up with we have a drug squad. We need to have a gun squad. Because I believe that a friend called me from the States. I won't say which part. And tell me, look, this individual bringing a real gun in Grenada. See, calling him, the real partner, bringing a real gun in Grenada. So I informed the police. I said, look what's going on. You know, that person, I don't know if they act on it by now. But you see, this port of entry, we had to do something about this port, because a lot of guns and drugs coming through that port. Whether it's true, the port officers, some of them is corrupt, we need to work on that area. Because that way gun come into the country. They ain't coming no legal fishing boat by St. Vincent, coming through the port of entry, this main port. And a lot of people bringing in stuff from through there because they have friends working there and they getting the thing through, whatever way they get it through. I think we need to stamp that on the airport. That's where the gun and coming through. And we need a gun squad. Because we have too much of young boys in this country have gone branded and showing their friends. And I don't know how the police don't get up catch up with them because they're showing their friends, they're walking around with it. I mean, I don't know how we're not really doing our job. Because we need a squad to deal with that. So special officers, as they work to go there and deal with a little boy with a gun and take it from their hands. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, caller. Thank you and appreciate your contribution. Officers, of course, you may not get the opportunity to give away that t-shirt this one.
I was thinking you could ask someone the team. There's a team of police.
All right. Let me say, you know, folks have no deteriorated in terms of wanting to contribute in another direction. So we may have lost the flow of that particular way of giving away that t-shirt this morning. Yeah. But we do have a caller. Caller, you live. Good morning.
Good morning, GT. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Officer, what I'm saying here. Officer, on the carnage today, you do police records. Lots of people come to get police records. But I am suggesting that we do the same way you do for your driver's license. Have a desk to take when you go to immigration, have a place where you can take a photo for the person, and the person will provide that service for the person. Because people come there with a photo, and they tell them, no, your hair is this about it. So if you get a relevant machine, when they come, you take the photo, and the fact that they have to go back in town and come back and go back again, you have the right photo. So my suggestion, get the machine that you have at immigration and the one at custom and put one at the CR, at the criminal record office. That's my humble suggestion. Have a good day now.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. We will give the opportunity to one more caller. We do have a t-shirt that we want to give away this morning for Police Week t-shirt. Just give us a theme.
What's the theme of Police Week?
The theme for Police Week 2026. If you could do that, the opportunity for you to get yourself a t-shirt for Police Week 2026. And I hope that call comes pretty quickly so we could take a grab. But we still have time to do that. Caller, you live?
Good morning.
Good morning to you, caller.
I don't want to touch on going on to touch
caller,
on the fire truck. I could do that?
Yes, that caller has... Caller, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right, go ahead. Could you give us the theme, please?
Touch on the fire truck. Can I do that?
We really looking for you could give us the theme. If you're listening to the program from inception, you would able to give us a theme for Police Week 2026. Of course, we're trying not to get too deviated this morning with the other stuff. I think the caller is not ready for that now. Of course, officers, we may have to deviate from that for time reasons. We may have to deviate from that this morning. Of course, we may try that another day when, of course, maybe another segment we could accommodate that, but we may have to deviate. Closing contributions, once again, Police Week 2026 was our main focus of our conversation this morning. Anything in closing you want to say before we wrap this morning?
I just want to encourage persons to come out and engage with the police in all the different activities. Of course, please subscribe to our page, Royal Grenada Police Force, on our Facebook page where we have most of our traffic. You can keep updated and abreast with not only the activities for Police Week but any other things that pertain to national security and your safety. It's going to be a really enjoyable set of activities coming forward. Don't forget Epic Night Cruise, and if you need any more information, you can see us at the Community Relations Department anytime. Just stop in, say hi, see how we're doing. We see how you're doing.
All right,
thank you.
All right.
Yeah, So just want to encourage persons to, remember your safety is very important. Whether it might be you're walking on the road, walk on the side of the road, walk with whatever you need. If you have asthma, walk with your pumps, drink a lot of water, and look out for persons who are not looking out for themselves or who may be looking to commit crime against you. So be alert, stay safe.
All right. Officers, that's what we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank you once again. I wish for all the success in Police Week activity 2026. Hope the next time you come back and you tell me about the success of this year's activity once again. Gentlemen, thank you once again.
All right.
Hey, folks, that's what we're going to wrap today's edition of To The Point. Thank all who contributed. Thank you so much. That's what we take a wrap for today.